All right, well, we've been going for about 2 hours now, and our order's been pretty decent. Starbucks, $4.40 going 2.4 miles. Then we had a Taco Bell, $4.15 going 0.6 miles. That was awesome to see. And then a Hardee's, $6.40 plus an extra tip, 1.3 miles. At our first half hour, we were at almost $16. Pretty awesome. And then Starbucks, $8.15 going 6.6 miles. That was one of our regular customers that orders quite a bit. Then a Chick-fil-A, $6.40 plus an extra tip, going 2.0 miles. Starbucks, $5.15 going 1.0 miles. And we finished up with a Qdoba, $7.40 going 3.6 miles. Right at 2 hours, we are at $44 today. Off to a great start. Let's keep it going. You know, I always talk about the law of averages. Sometimes you have some highs, sometimes you have some lows. We started off really good with about $22 an hour. And now for the next hour, we are a little bit slower here. We got a Starbucks, $3.40 going 1.4 miles. A Qdoba, $3.40 going 5.7 miles. And a Chick-fil-A, $3.90 going 3.2 miles. This is the hour of the $3 orders. After 3 hours, we are now at $54.75. You know, and again, I always talk about the law of averages. We project out low, so about $15 an hour. But during tax season, we really should be at that $20 per hour. So we should be about $60 right now. And it means that during the last hour, we basically made $10. So it was a really rough, low hour. Took a moment for the orders to come in. The pace of them were a little bit slower, and the dollars were a little slower. I was wanting to accept all the orders because I want to keep my acceptance rating high going into this weekend, so then maybe we can pick and choose a few orders. Doordash is playing rough today, at least this last hour. Hopefully the next hour will be better. No, the next hour will be better. Let's go. Well, we've been going for about 5 hours. We didn't make our $100 there that I wanted to, but we're finishing up just a touch early here. I'm going to go help my dad, and then we got a couple other things to do, and we'll be back later this evening. However, where we wound up, and where we wound up with our orders, there was a Walgreens order for $4.25 going 6.4 miles, which we declined. And then we got a Culver's order right behind that for $7.40 going 3.4 miles, so that was a good trade. And then we got a Chick-fil-A, $6.90 going 3.9 miles. Then we got a McAllister's and another Home Depot order, $12.50 going 22 miles. So we declined that one. Right after that decline, we got a $3 order going 1 mile at McDonald's, which wouldn't have been horrible, but then we had to wait. And then we finished up with Jersey Mike's, $6.90 going 8.3 miles. I thought about that for a second, but we went ahead and took it, and I'm glad I did because they gave a $5 tip, which made it $11.90 going 8.3 miles. And that's our last order for now, and then we'll be back later tonight.
Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you did enjoy this, don't forget, hit that thumbs up. Now, how did we do for Friday, February the 27th? Well, we wanted to work for about 10 hours, make about $200. So how do we do for Friday, February the 27th? Well, we wanted to work for about 10 hours, make about $200. We had a decent time during the morning. We were going to come back during the evening and work, but some other things kind of came up, so we weren't able to. So we only worked for about 6.5 hours. DoorDash had paid us $46.45. We got $73.80 in tips, so we made $120.25, which brought us to about $18.50 per hour. We drove about 80 miles, which was $1.50 per mile. By far, one of the best dollars per mile days than we've had in a while. We saw a lot of shorter orders and everything. We had some decent orders very early, which lets me know that we need to get out earlier in the morning, maybe 3-4 o'clock in the morning, just to nab some of that early morning stuff. We're going to try to work on that here this next week and see how that helps us out a little bit on our dollars to mile as well as our dollars per hour ratio. I think we could be on to something there. But I appreciate you so much. And if you are enjoying yourself, don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Have a wonderful day. We'll catch you the next one.